is preparing to go to
Live streamed. Hello, everyone.
what's that?
It says it's being live streamed right now, so you might want to put your camera back on.
Oh, maybe.
Hello, everyone. Happy day before Thanksgiving.
Hello, everyone. I'm not sure where the hell I am right now.
While you're talking,
All
there you
right. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Just a little
are.
confused.
11:22. Wow.
Yes, 11:22. How exciting is that? So I'm going to flip this over. See how that works. All right. Okay. Zoom is a little weird because I'm so used to us being side by side, and I'm not side by side with you.
Oh, that's my just. It looks like that on mine. So.
Yes, we're side by side on yours.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So then I won't get distracted by the fact that on mine I'm not. So hello, and welcome. I'm telling you, Kitty, before we even dive into this conversation,
It's 12:12.
oh, look at that. 12/12 on the
Ultimate
portal
Sagittarian energy.
in Sagittarius energy. Could you tell people that there is a major portal going on right now? We are in a major portal shift taking place. And in just about 2 weeks, we'll also be in a Mercury retrograde. And I was just about to say that I am definitely very sensitive to retrogrades. I feel them usually about 2 weeks before they actually go into full force, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm having all these wonderful technology challenges right now. Anyway, so Kitty, how are you? When Kitty and I come together, we come together to play, but we also come together to be informative and we want to teach you all something. And there is a whole lot going on. As I just said, we're in this massive portal right now with the 1122 energy and Saturn, not Saturn, the sun just entered into Sagittarius at 9:03 a.m. Eastern time. So, Kitty, introduce yourself.
I'm Kitty Budowig Foss, your storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars. Wishing everyone an amazing Sagittarian energy. It's going to be an interesting one. I mean, I can even already. So we always do something. My friend Tamara and I, we do sun magic, and we celebrate the sun with a yoga routine. Because we do. There's a lot of people who celebrate the moon, but we don't really take the time. And the sun is our engine and what drives us forward. It's our daily energy that things all pass through. But there is something in this particular Sagittarian time because we aren't able to do it basically until December 3rd. So this really is about truce, things being revealed, your priorities. And Sagittarius is that if you ever have a bonfire and you all stand around it and you kind of dream and it's that feeling of love fires and that kind of camaraderie, that's the energy of Sagittarius. So welcome everyone.
Yes, yes. And I always like to believe that Sagittarius is also about our higher learning, our
Oh yeah, because
dreams.
it's ruled by Jupiter. Yeah.
Yeah, dreams and dreams. And our dreams in our sleep world and also our dreams in our awake world, because sometimes we daydream. We go between worlds, so to speak. And when we're in portal energy, it's really simple to slip into the between worlds of like, am I really here? Or did I step over to the other side for just a minute? And I know for me, I've been experiencing that a lot in today's energy is feeling that. Am I here or am I not? And I guess with my technology being the way it is, it makes sense that I'm feeling that. Am I here or am I really not? Energy. How are you feeling with all this portal energy going on right now?
Well, today it seems to be a series of misfires in general. Just and very, very 3D, very physical. And I think there's a piece of the truth on how we dream and how we react and what is important to us. Is everything always the same? What expands us and our energy in the way we approach things. And I've been, waiting for something for 3 days and it's still not showing up. And it's like, okay, now, and I've already decided that if it doesn't show up today, we're canceling it, and it's just not meant to be. And it's not a big thing, but it's one of those things that you find yourself just like you trying to get on, like trying all these different ways. In the moment, they're very expansive and very much, and it's very easy to create a portal you don't want.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I could have definitely gone down that rabbit hole of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yet all I did was like, okay, let me think a minute. I with StreamYard on my phone anyway, and I don't know if anybody else has this challenge that I cannot go on StreamYard on my phone. And I don't know if that's just because of whatever it is with my phone, or if it's just that StreamYard just doesn't allow you to StreamYard on your phone. And if that is the
I
case,
I can StreamYard on my phone. I can't run a StreamYard from my phone. There's a difference. I can
okay,
join someone, but I can't be the
your
administrator.
host.
I need to be on
Yes,
yes.
yes. Which I think theoretically, when we think about it, if we had the power to change that, that would be something that would be really nice because again, it makes it just more flexible that wherever you are in the world, that you don't have to carry your laptop with you to go onto a StreamYard to host something. Which is why I always find that the phones are so flexible with Zoom. That was our other option, which is what we chose to do. So I do want to put it out there for anybody who is watching us live. I know on my end I cannot see any comments because I'm literally on my phone, so I'm not able to. I'm not that tech savvy to try to figure out how to look at comments. So if Kitty, can you see comments?
No,
Oh,
because
so
you're the administrator on YouTube. You'd have to go to a different view of it. And I'm not as up to date on how we use YouTube. I join other people's YouTubes. I'm not usually running it.
yeah. So if anyone is watching this with us live, on
Let me see if
YouTube,
I
and I
if
will,
I if I go to your channel on my phone, if I can see comments.
yeah, because right now that's just something I cannot do. So if you are watching live with us and are leaving comments on YouTube, because this is just streaming on YouTube right now, it's not streaming any place else at this point, unless
Which
of course,
channels is it?
it's on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
It's
which
it's Holistic Fitness Barry Cologne because I have to have everything along. Yeah, so it's not streaming on Facebook and it's not streaming on Twitter. So of course that just means that once this is on a replay, it will be shared out again. So anyone who is watching on YouTube will, if possible, will take a peek at comments. And if not, we're having a little party here, Kitty and I, and that's okay because that's what we do. We come to play. But no fears, everybody will eventually get to experience this, hear this, and receive the insight that Kitty and I will be sharing at some point throughout the day. This will definitely be posted up on Facebook so people can actually watch it. So I mean I could probably maybe go over to let's see. Let's see if I can do something as we are live. Let me see something. Okay, yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to my Facebook page and I'm going to let everybody know that you and I are live. Kitty and Joey are live on mm, 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 mm. All right, so hopefully that will get people to come over to watch it there. As I just posted that that's where we are. Why did that not click it on? That's weird. Hmm. That's odd. Anyway,
It came up. I got the notice.
okay, oh, it did?
Yep.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
All right, so I'm going to this. I am subscribed. Why is it not going to this? Hello, everyone. If you're watching us play with our
If you're watching us play, we are very confused today. That's just really how this is working for us today. Very confused. This is definitely a confusion moment. This is what happens when we're in a portal, and it's now just 12:21, another portal. This is what happens when we're in the portal. Yes. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of my Facebook page, and Kitty and I are going just to entertain ourselves where we need to be. So Kitty and I can do what we came here to do, and then we will definitely share this back out. So if anyone is watching on the YouTube channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if not, no worries. Kitty and I, let's just play, Kitty. Let's dive into this and see where we are. So we're no longer distracted. Yeah, next time I have to know that if I want to go on Zoom live, I have to be on my other Zoom link. Because as you know, Kitty, I have two Zoom links because why would I have only one?
that be simplified, huh?
Yes, which is something I definitely have to do. I have to simplify my Zoom links because there's no need to have two. One I pay for, and it's so funny because the one I pay for doesn't give me access to being live on Zoom. I'm on Facebook because it's a different link altogether. Anyway, let's dive into this. Let's talk about the Sagittarius energy. What's going on in Sagittarius, Kitty?
We have a Gazimi coming up, really heading into which is just a lot of that daily energy, because we will have next month. I think I just did this, didn't I? We will
Yes,
have.
you did. I got a whole lot of notes from December's energy.
We have Venus headed into Scorpio. We have, and then she's very shortly in Scorpio before she heads into Sagittarius. She goes in Scorpio on the 4th of December and moves the 28th of December into, or 29th of December into Scorpio. That's pretty fast for Venus. And we of course have
when does she transition out of Scorpio? December what?
December 29th. She doesn't move in till the 4th, and then she
Yes.
moves on the 29th. Again, that's pretty short for Venus.
Yes.
And she usually takes a little bit longer. And then we have Mercury on the sitting in Sagittarius, and then it goes into Capricorn, but then it retrogrades and goes back into Sagittarius again. So it is a busy time for the Sagittarian placements that are happening. Mars will be moving into Scorpio as well. And so a lot of our daily energies will be, it's a very interesting time to be talking about truths and expansion, and what does that really look like? Because of course it's the holiday season, not always known for its truth time.
Yes, and when we're going to think about the truth, even though theoretically speaking, people always say, well, I want you to be honest to me. I want you to tell me really what you're feeling. And the minute someone is truly honest and telling somebody what they're feeling, people get insulted and annoyed and get angry. And it's like, okay, so you want me to be honest and truthful, but yet you don't want me to be honest and truthful.
Right.
So yeah. And let's talk about this Mercury in Capricorn on December 1st and its retrograde period, because like I said earlier, for those who might be chiming in now, I always tend to feel retrogrades way before they actually go into its full energy, usually about a week or two before. This is really early for me to be feeling this Mercury retrograde's energy.
Yes, it's the 13th of December.
Exactly. So this is early because this is like what? That's like 2 weeks before the actual energy gets here. So we're not even in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde yet. And I'm already feeling the energy of Mercury retrograde. And it could just be because we are in this huge portal energy right now. You know, between the actual date that we're on, this 11/22, which is we have two master numbers literally in the date itself on the day where the sun enters Saturn, Sagittarius. I keep saying Saturn. So this is really a massive energy shift for all of us. Now, the overall energy for today, when we add the date together, the 11/22/2023, works out to be a 4. And that is about our structure, our foundation, our home. And when we think about what most of us are going to be doing tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day, most of us are going to be visiting family. So, wow. Wow. Where's the moon going? Where is the moon now? And is there going to be a shift tomorrow? Where is the moon at?
No, the moon shifts today. Actually, right now is shifting into Aries.
Oh,
It's a new cycle.
so that should be a lot of fun. Talk to us about that and how that may impact us in regards to the moon being in Aries, the sun in Sagittarius. So we really do have two major planets sitting in fire.
Yes.
That's gonna
fire, yes. And it's the spark of something new, and it is the telling of the truth and the expansion of what that means. So we're starting to get a better understanding of who we are, these new cycles that we're in. And so that's a lot of fire energy.
Yes. And when we think about that fire energy of the moon being in Aries, we also have Venus sitting in Libra. So we have that opposition of each other, which really models and mirrors the North and South nodes, which is
Right.
Aries and Libra. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, so and Venus is very happy in Libra because she is a
Yes.
ruler. So she's very much about looking for balance and harmony in these relationships. And this Aries energy is very much that unstoppable of being who you are. And so it does help temper that kind of truth that people, there's truth as in this is true for me. And then there's truth of I'm telling it like it is. You're only telling it like it is as you see it. That, and if there's a lot of statements about this is how I feel and not expectations, that's very different than I'm just telling you like it is. And that's kind of the play always between that Aries energy and that Libra energy. And meanwhile, we have the North and South nodes, the North node wanting us to step into this brand new way of understanding ourselves and expressing and becoming unstoppable in that acceptance of who we are and coming off this very fierce is the word I just heard, Scorpion season.
Kitty, before you go further, I have a question, only because Spirit is nagging me. Now, we're live on YouTube. Should I be recording this on Zoom?
I don't know.
So what I'm gonna do, only because we're already like halfway through, I'm gonna hit that recording button because it's just so funny. Because I'm like, should I be recording this? Right, I told you this portal's got me going. So continue as I interrupted your amazing information.
So because of that kind of battle between who I am and this unstoppable stepping into the energy versus trying to how do I think about this? How do I balance who I am and other people? Because Venus is also in charge of relationships. It's in the 7th house, social contracts. What do we value? And we have this North and South node that has come out of this amazing transformation period of Scorpio energy, of very much looking at our shadows, our darkness, and pulling that deep dive into it. And we've got a North Node asking us to step into this new energy, step into this new way of being for ourselves. And part of that is looking at what harmonies have we held on to, and to keep what we thought was balanced that was out of balance for us. So that's always an interesting place to be around the Thanksgiving table.
Yeah, I would say.
How do I own what my changes are with a fierceness? Because that's what that Aries energy is, a fierceness of I don't need to bowl you over, but I need to be that strong for myself. And the balance is not how do I be myself, communicate myself, and then not have any expectations on how you're going to handle it. Because in the balance is you're still part of the equation, you know.
Yes.
And so um again, that whole idea you'll hear, I'm just telling it like it is. For who?
Exactly, for that person, based on their perception of however they see it like it is.
Right.
And that's all really what it is. And I say this to people all the time. It says, there's no one is ever really wrong in their argument, so to speak, because everyone has their own perception of how they're seeing it. So if that's how they see it, that's how they see it. It's not my place to say to them that they're seeing it wrong. How do I know if they're seeing it wrong? That's just how they see it. That's what's being activated for them. That's what's stirring up their pot for them. Now, for me, I could be seeing it in a different way as well, but does that mean that my way that I'm seeing it is wrong? No. That's why if we take away anything from today's conversation, those who are watching, remember that when you are at the Thanksgiving table having your meal, or you're sitting between waiting for your meal to come, or the meal's finished, you're going to have dessert, whatever it is, just have an open mind and be curious of how other people do think, how they do come to whatever their rationale is to whatever the conversation is.
Whatever they see as their truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I can
Exactly.
think back of times where I had truth. Not really, they weren't mine. They were things that I had placed in some kind of pattern and that I now am aware of. That was true for me at the time, but it's not anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is another reason why, again, anytime we have an opportunity to review our beliefs, what we might have believed before might have been true for that time that we believed in it. Where now we might be reviewing, reflecting, and saying, you know what? I used to believe X, Y, and Z. Now I have a different belief, and it's okay for me to change my belief system to believe something different. So this is now true for me now. That doesn't mean it's going to be true for me in 6 months from now. Right now, right here, this is true for me for now. And if we
Yeah.
can all get into that place and not hold people for their true word at that moment, and thinking, well, just because they say this now doesn't mean in 6 months from now that's what they still believe. So getting out of the habit of saying to somebody, well, this is what you said to me 6 months ago. Well, yeah, well, 6 months ago is what I believed that to be at that time. I have a different belief now. I'm seeing things differently. I'm seeing you differently. So because I see you differently, my views are different.
Hmm.
And that, I believe, that's a really great way to approach our conversations with different people. If we've had an argument with somebody 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago, maybe it's time to review and reflect with that person, because both people, hopefully, have changed a little bit and their views may be different. That maybe you can come to some sort of agreement to agree that, okay, what took place back then was what it was and it's not now. So how about we let that go and move into the space of more of kindness and compassion and understanding? And shall we throw in the four-letter word and love each other?
Well, it is also that Sagittarius is higher learning. And by me learning to listen to other people's truths, even if it doesn't resonate with me, there's a higher learning exchange of energy above that. It's that idea of, as my dear friend Daphne says, you do you. If this is true for you, all right. Now, there are people that need to argue to be right. This is that famous question, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? That doesn't mean we acquiesce to what we're being told, but that's that place of discernment that Sagittarius, that continuum of that Aries Libra energy too, allows us this discernment. Am I holding on to something because I want to be right versus it's, you know, um, versus my own happiness. And when I understand my own truths are expansive for me, not everyone else, some things naturally just shift, you know.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And with that, I want to dive into again, and keeping in mind, I know that we're very much still into November. I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and she says to me, "You do know that we still have like 7 more days of November?" I'm like, "Yes, we do, but I like to keep you informed of what's coming." So as we speak about Sagittarius, the sun in Sagittarius, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, Mars will be moving to Sagittarius. December 6th, as you've shared in our group the other day, Neptune goes direct.
Mm-hmm.
And we already said that Neptune is the ruler of Sagittarius. So what can we expect with Neptune going
Jupiter
direct?
is the ruler of Sagittarius.
Oh, Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius. There you go.
Yes.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. So what can
Neptune
we
is the ruler of Pisces,
Pisces, yes. I always forget that. And isn't
which is not funny because you're so Piscean.
yes, I know. I know. And isn't also Jupiter ruler of Pisces as well? Pisces has two,
Yes,
yes?
and just as Neptune is a relation around that Sagittarian energy. Yes.
There you go. There you go. So what can we expect once Neptune goes direct?
Well, by then Mars actually Black Friday moves to Sagittarius. It's the first planet that joins in Sagittarius. And of course we have Mercury at that point in Sagittarius. And so as Neptune moves direct, though Mercury at that point is in Capricorn, it's been sitting there gathering in this time of the South Node, us letting go of those things we thought were balancing us, bringing us harmony. Big energy in September and October about that. And has it moved? And it was working with Pluto very cautiously when it was retrograde. So we can really expect that Spirit has some plans. It's already been internally reorganizing, transforming, bringing these truths forward. And now see what shows up. Because that first couple of weeks of December has amazing joy available for it. Amazing. If that's what your truths have been bringing you, what you've been tapping into, what this transformation is about, how do I want my life to be? And that doesn't mean it's all sunshine. It means I feel those other feelings and then I make decisions about them. And so as Neptune moves direct, it brings with it the ability at that energy level to tap into this for the season versus, you know, and there will be some people that are like, oh, what an awful time it'll be. But that's really not the energy that's available.
Yes, yes. As I say to my clients, whatever the feeling that you're feeling at that time, feel the feeling that you're feeling, but then make a choice. Decide if you want to stay in that feeling. So if like you're saying, oh my God, this is such a terrible time of the year, if that's what you want it to be, then choose that and stay there. Or make the decision to say, you know what? Perhaps for this year, I'm going to see it being different. And maybe it won't be such a terrible time of the year. Maybe I can make it to be more of a joyful time of the year. And allow yourself to move into that, because we do have the choice to change whatever it is we're feeling. And I'm not suggesting that if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, if you're grieving, because there's so many people grieving right now. There has been so many loss in the last couple of months, in the last year for that matter, that we get so caught up in our grief that we do forget that we can shift the grief into something else and not feel guilty about, well, I'm supposed to be grieving. I've lost somebody. Well, you don't have to sit in that grief all the time. You can spark into some joy because that family member may want you to experience a little bit of joy versus that constant grief at this
Right.
time of year.
One of the things with grief and sadness is understanding the feeling of bittersweet. our sadness and our grief come from usually joyful places too, or a feeling of loss for what could have been. And so when we hit the what could have been and the bittersweet, they're still sweet. There's still joy to remember. It's to feel the feeling and understand they're paired. And, um, it is the season of light. What are you going to tap into in your recollection? Um, are you going to, and if this is a time you decide you're going to do a deep dive into the dark, know that the light is really there. That's it. For that reason alone, it can bring you strength, you know.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and keeping in mind that we are still in the universal energy of 2023, which is that 7 vibration, that 7 frequency, which is about our spiritual awakening, our spiritual enlightenment, our spiritual growth, our personal growth that we go through day to day. And we are learning things about ourselves through the help of our planets, through the help of our numbers. And again, when we gather with family, whether it's blood related or people that we've just become really friendly with and love so much, it is a time to learn about yourself from all the different people that are mirroring and reflecting things at you, and utilizing this time to say, okay, well, I'm going to explore, I'm going to discover, I'm going to be on this journey. And as Kitty says, if you're choosing to go down that deep dive dark side, that's okay, because there is a light that will show up eventually, and you're going to learn so much about yourself during that deep dive. I know for me, when I learn the most is when I'm in my most challenging times. When things are exciting and happy, and the light is beaming out on me, which is so funny because the light is beaming out on me, I'm not learning, because when we are in our darkest moments is when we really do learn the most about ourselves. At that time, we learn that we are courageous. We learn to be patient and understand that not everything is going to shift all at one time just because you think it should. We learn to be resilient because we can bounce back, to be the better version of who we are, the stronger version of ourselves. We can. There's so much that we learn about ourselves in this time, that if we are choosing to go down that dark path, enjoy it, embrace it. Don't look at it as like, oh my God, this is so rough. This is so, because it can be and it will be, but enjoy it while you're there. Because that too, that wave, as I call it, the wave and the calm, eventually you will move into the calmness. Whether that calmness lasts a day, a week, a month, couple of months, and then a wave will come back in, because that's just the circle of life.
Well, there are a lot of people who talk about, oh, people are fake, and during this time, well, that's what you see. That's what you see. But there's a lot of genuineness also of, would I love the rest of the time on the world to be equally as magical? Absolutely. And I rejoice in this other magical time of year that it is this season of light. And, what you magnify is what you magnify. That's been a huge, we talk about we still have another month, but this is really the close of this month, of this year.
Yeah.
December this particular year is a bigger transitional year, very much opening that energetic door. And I kind of think, really, when I look at the dates today, um, this period of 11/22 until 12/123/123 12/31 2020, 23 is 123 123,
Yes.
is this bigger transitional bridge than we've ever had to get ready.
Yes. Yeah. This will be the first time that we are experiencing, and I had to think about that for a minute. In this lifetime, I think in any lifetime, that we're experiencing the 12/31/2023 energy, based on those numbers of the 123 123. It really is a cosmic doorway of our spiritual growth, our spiritual development, our spiritual enlightenment, the wisdom, the completions, the partnerships, the creativity, the the wisdom that shows, and we literally will be in that gateway, that portal to take it all in. In fact, I just literally finished an article about this particular topic. So hopefully by next week, the entire world will be able to read about that article and the how to embrace this powerful day of the year. I mean, we've had a lot of portals this year, massive portals. Today is a massive portal. But that 123 portal, I don't think we're going to ever have another portal like that that's that expansive, because it is. It's an expansive energy. It's an opportunity to really like leap into that next frequency of who you are. And even if you're not doing this work, so to speak, if you're not consciously aware that you are on I like to call it a spiritual journey, it's going, this 123 energy is going to influence and impact you as well, even if you're not aware of it. You may wake up and say, what the hell is going on? And why is everything looking so weird? That's because there's definitely an energetic shift going on for all of us in the entire world. This is not a me thing. This is not just going to affect me or Kitty. This is going to affect everybody, which is a beautiful energy. Kitty, do you have your cards with you?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Now, of course, before we dive into some card readings, and I always like to gain some insight from Kitty because she's just so great at what she does. I'm going to be looking at my chart and looking at my Sagittarius energy. And for me,
excuse me, folks, while I fight to get these out.
Well, she's looking for her cards. Yes, it's all good. That's just what we do.
Well, I've been in such temporary living for so long. I mean, I already know this is huge.
Yeah, it's about being truthful and transparent. So this is not scripted. This is basically really what it is. This is what Kitty and I do when we do. It's not like, oh my God, we gotta turn it off and turn it back on because it wasn't perfect. This is as perfect as it's gonna get.
Perfection is not what I'm going for.
No. This is like real reality TV. So as I was saying, I have Sagittarius in my, give or take, my 5th and my 6th house, but I have Neptune sitting in my 5th house. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And for some who may also have that going on in their chart?
Well, 5th house is the house of self, the creativeness. It's the house on that bottom layer of our circuit that's Leo. So it's always about ourselves. And so this is really about your personal relationship with spirit right now. Become more. Pardon me?
Lord knows I'm having a very personal relationship with spirits. There's lots of them in my home right now.
And as Neptune comes direct, there's a new gateway that is opening. That's why they're all gathering around you, kind of to walk through that door. And of course, 6th house is the house of systems. You said 5th and 6th, right?
Yes, 5th and 6th.
All of those little messages because of the placement with Virgo on the bottom of that. Like my Sagittarius is always about truth being revealed. Mine's 12th house. And the 29th degree of Sagittarius is actually my ascendant. And so it is very much about always this period of time, new expansions in the light. And my Venus energy is in Sagittarius. So as Venus herself is sitting here in Libra, there's a new understanding for me being revealed of balancing those truths. What does that mean? How does that have to look? Well, that's really interesting.
I love that. And I
jumped out. This card just jumped out. Write it out.
What does it say?
It says, write it out. Let
your
thoughts flow.
I love that. And I always forget. And I love the fact that Kitty always reminds me.
Followed by throat chakra.
Yes. About degrees. As her Sagittarius energy is in 29, My Neptune Sagittarius is in 0, which is about the reset.
Is the reset. Yes, the karmic reset.
Makes a
Very
lot of sense. Yes. Yeah, so I love the cards you pulled, and the card that I shuffled and flew out of the deck while I was chatting flew out on a reverse. So, for those who may not know what a reverse card means, two things in my world. One, pay attention to the message. You might have a little bit of resistance to what Kitty and I are sharing right now. And if you are resisting it, that's an opportunity to sit quietly and start asking yourself, why are you resisting the information you're receiving? What about the information does hold true to you, which is causing you to be a little irritable about receiving it? The second part is pay attention to the color that shows up, because that's the chakra you want to work on in this process. So I'm loving the message. I'm going to show it in the reverse symbol.
it's 44 to boot.
Yes. And it's powerful. The message here is powerful, that your thoughts are powerful, your words are powerful. So remember that when you are going to speak your truths, to think about what it is you're going to say first. So make sure you can get your dialogue in a kind way, so those words are not going to be hurtful, because your words are powerful. Everything we say is powerful. And once you say whatever it is you say, you can't take those words back. You can always say you're sorry, but the imprint has already been printed in. So
The
powerful
energy's
is,
already been exchanged. So it's funny that I got the throat chakra. Speak your truth. But I love the fact that we're getting it's powerful, speak your truth, but write it out first. What is it you're trying to communicate? It's
yes,
not a it's a what
yes,
what is it I want to say that's a boundary that's about helping myself, and then I can let it go. Because if you have to keep, what's that saying? Someone asked me that the other day. I say it once, um, it's for people to hear. I keep repeating it's for me to control. But I don't remember
yes.
what the exact quote is.
Exactly, exactly. And when we think about that number 44, which is an 8 reduced down, that 8 energy is very much where the universal energy will be in 2024. It's that 8 vibration of abundance, of the harmony, of balance, of more joy, and recognizing all that you're going to be achieving in 2024, because it is a year of achievements. It's a year of doing. It's a year of success. Now, the color is the solar plex energy. So this is really about trusting that you're in the flow, trusting that you're you're where you need to be, wherever you are, and whatever's going on for you at this time is exactly what needs to be. Wherever you are and whatever's going on is exactly what you need to be. And be in that space of trusting it. There's a lesson there. So trust that. Now, something I've been doing, well, I've done it in the past and I'm bringing it back to the table in regards to the chakras, associating it with an exercise for all of us to activate the solar plexus chakra. I want every one of us to get in this habit sometime today, to just get in the habit of twisting your body. Now, when we twist, I don't know if any of you go to chiropractors, how they adjust and everything else. Believe it or not, when twisting, it's like literally squeezing out all the energy that's literally stuck in the spine. And it's really good to get that blood flowing in your spine. So twist, which will help activate the solar plex energy. Love that. So let's pull another card in regards to Thanksgiving. Now, whether we're celebrating or not, this is for everybody. The energy that we will be in, where the sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in Aries, lots of fire.
Oh, this one completely jumped. Want to know what jumped out?
I do.
Practice the pause.
Uh-huh.
Feel as if you are on track. Practice that pause before you know you want to say something. What is it I want to say? That so I pause. I use that discernment. Practice that pause. And then what came behind it is the eighth chakra. to expand your consciousness. Yes. I don't use the word trigger, as you know, I use the word activate. So if something is activating me, it could be my pattern, it could be their pattern, it could be me over applying a pattern that's happened in my life. I know this year I became very aware of I had gotten into such a pattern with a person that my anticipation of what was happening wasn't even allowing me to use any discernment. So the pause is, what is it I want to say here? Giving myself the opportunity, yep, that is something I want to say, and then letting it go. Because once it's left me, it's no longer mine. And I have no business worrying about your reaction to it, unless it's going to harm me, kind of thing. So
Exactly. And I think
the
that
practice
that's
the
so
pause.
perfectly aligned with the card that flew out. And we talked about this word a second ago,
Yep,
patience.
patience.
Patience. And that's something I definitely think we all need to practice more of, is to be patient. Because just because, let's say, Kitty and I are on the same path and we're flowing with each other, that doesn't mean that the other person that's on the path with us or moving along is in the same alignment with us. So we have to be patient with everybody because we do not know. And I posted this the other day. We do not know if somebody
Yeah, I shared
is
it.
on their journey. Yes, is on their journey and finishing up something. We do not know if someone's on their journey and they're in the middle of something, and we definitely do not know if someone's on their journey just starting something. But the key is we do know that everybody is doing something. So patience is definitely the key. And we got that four again, that four energy, which is home. Being patient at home and also being patient with yourself as well. Because as we are all in this energy, emotionally, we are connecting with everyone's emotions. So it may very well be showing up in your body. As much as you are focused on going to see family and sitting down and having the Thanksgiving dinner and all the amazing sweets, make sure you move your body tomorrow. Make sure, even if you do 5 minutes of something, make sure you move your body. And here's a really easy trick. You could do 5 exercises, 1 minute for each exercise, and then you have your 5 minutes of exercise. And you can get a total body workout done by doing that. And just think how amazing you're going to feel after you've moved your body. And the benefits of it all is you can also go and indulge a little bit more because you've moved your body. Your body is ready to metabolize everything you're going to be eating. So make sure you embody your body tomorrow as you embody your family tomorrow.
Well,
So that's a nice message.
and I love that because it's just as practice the pause, practice the pause. It's funny, even as I was seeing the pause in your heart, what is it? Compassion for yourself, compassion for the other person. That's that heart chakra of that.
Yes, exactly what that is. Yes, the heart center.
Is just
Practicing gratitude, 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 gratitude. Be grateful that if you have to travel tomorrow, that traveling is going to be easy. We're going to put that energy out there. Traveling is going to be easy. Conversations are going to be easy. Things are just going to flow with ease tomorrow. Set that intention that that's exactly how it's going to be and see how it shows up for you. Because you can definitely set the intention that, oh shit, it's going to be so hard to find parking tomorrow. And there's going to be so much traffic. And oh my God, so and so is going to be so damn grumpy. Why? Why? Let's do the total opposite. So and so is going to be extremely happy. It's going to be like amazing to see them that happy. Traffic is going to flow with ease. And there's going to be so many parking spots that I have to choose from. Why not do that?
right. And if he's really grumpy, it's not going to activate me. It's not
Exactly.
enough.
Exactly. And we do have to keep in mind that during the holiday season, not everybody is extremely joyful. Some people do have a very challenging time with holiday season for whatever their reasons are, which again is why we want to show compassion to everybody, not just to the people you think need compassion, but to everybody. So I love this. I love this. Any final words, Kitty?
Well,
Anything
it's
that
funny
we
because
need?
I heard pull a final card,
There
and
you
it's
go.
third eye chakra. Allow divine insights. Allow in that pause things to come to you like, is this really important to me? If it is, how do I say it so that I can let go of it and you'll do with whatever it is, It's, um, if, as a matter of fact, as soon as I get off this, I'm going to go make pumpkin pie.
Cool.
If somebody makes some comment about food or how you earn money or all that, they do them, you do you. Allow that third eye insight to say, yes, you're going to say something. No, it's in that pause. It's in that patience. That's where your power is. So go with that gut feeling, because that was yellow, right? That was the solar
Yes.
plexus. Go with that gut feeling. Go with whatever insight comes to you. If I set the intention for peace, not at the cost of my own peace, let what unfolds unfold for you.
Yes. And when in doubt, if in a conversation and that conversation is not lifting you up, take a minute and say, excuse me, I'll be right back. Walk away. Take a minute and walk away. Chances are when you come back, that conversation will have shifted. There's a whole different conversation to come into play. You have that choice to do. You do not have to sit in a conversation that's not lifting you up. Just say, excuse me, and you walk away. Even if you are the person that started that conversation, you can
Right.
easily say, excuse me, I'll be right back.
Right.
And walk away.
Very much. Very, very
So
much.
I want to wish everybody who celebrates Thanksgiving a happy, and healthy one for tomorrow. Enjoy your day. And if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, maybe you have the day off, maybe you're working, whatever it is, but
Maybe
just
it's
find
not your
some
culture.
joy. Yeah, that too. That too. Whatever it is that you're doing tomorrow, just enjoy the day. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And Kitty, enjoy your day. Although
You
I know you
too.
and I are going to chat once this is not live and we turn this off. So, everybody, Kitty and I will be back, of course, to share some more insight with you. And hopefully, when we do get back, I'll be able to stream on my StreamYard, and this will be live everywhere. And hopefully, I will be able to post this someplace and reshare it, so it wasn't just for Kitty and I, and all watching on my YouTube channel. So, bye bye, everybody.
I thank you.
Let me undo the recording. All right, so let me see 1 second.
You're still live.
Yes, I know. I'm going to disconnect the live portion. I think disconnect audio, cancel. Oh no, how do I do this? All right, folks, just hang in there with me. Wait a moment, trying to figure out how to not be live. It says just disconnect audio. What's that?
Well, maybe we should just turn this off and then we'll call you right back. So
okay, we could do that because I don't know how to disconnect the live.
So bye now for everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye bye, everyone.